Hello everyone and happy Friday. Can you believe it? It's July 26th already. Next week will be August. The summer is well underway and almost over. But I want to talk to you today and thank everyone who came out to help us volunteer for Samson Cares. You can see I'm sporting the t-shirt. We packed over 50,000 meals this past weekend at Samson Cares, and we sponsored 9 different food insecure organizations to help get that food into the hands of the people who needed it the most. You can see our great crew there who packed for several hours. We had set up on Friday night. We packed all day the morning of Saturday and cleaned up and distributed. We had pallets picked up. We dropped U-Haul trucks. It was just a great day of serving with each other. You can see the hot, sweaty mess that Donnie and I are there as we're loading boxes on pallets. We were having a good time. Everybody really enjoyed themselves. If you made it out, thank you. If you didn't make it out this time, we hope to see you at another one. We will continue to do these events all over our footprint. You can see in the lower corner there that we do have a QR code. If you would like to support Samson Cares and have one of these little snazzy t-shirts, you can scan that QR code and make a $20 donation to Samson Cares, and Heather will make sure that she gets that shirt shipped off to you. So thank you again for those of you that came along beside us and served our great community last weekend. Let's dive right into the market reports. We are seeing a lot of interesting stuff going on in the last couple of weeks. So if you look at new listings in the Washington, D.C. metro area that we're going to look at first, you can see that new listings are only up 3% over a year ago, but they are down 15% over last week. So that is a huge shift, 3% to being down 15%. If you look at showings are down across the footprint, 28% compared to a year ago, 24% compared to last week. That's not unusual as we finish up summer and get late into summer. People are on vacations, it's hot, the weather's unpredictable, so people tend to slow down just a little bit. Where we are seeing a huge jump in the Washington metro area is those active listings. We've got 32% more inventory over last year, this year, and we're just down a hair. It's negligible over last week, so we're staying really stable with our active listings coming on. I want to draw your attention to one other thing on this slide. Compared to a year ago, canceled listings are up 44%. Guys, that is huge. What that indicates with decreased showings and with inventory coming up, people are getting really, really price conscious. We're overpricing our listings. We're not paying attention to where the buyer pool's starting. We're paying attention to what closed out. And you can't look at a house that was put on at 500 and it closed out at 550. You've got to look at where the buyer pool was at 500. I know your house is better. I know your house is a Taj Mahal and that's a shack, but the buyer pool is sitting at 500. A blip in the radar, someone escalating to make sure they got that house and paying more than what it was worth, is not necessarily indicative of what the new price value of that home is. The buyer pool is still going to determine where we need to start pricing those properties. When we start seeing a lot of canceled and withdrawn listings and expired listings, it means that the price is way too high for the market and the buyer pool that's going on right now. We've got to get really realistic. We're going to keep through to see, you're going to see a lot of the same thing through a lot of the different snapshots. When we look at North Central Virginia, showings down 20% for a year ago compared last week 16%. We're still seeing that down market. New listings coming on 7%. Not as many new listings. We do have a smaller sample size there. Not as many new listings coming on, down again compared to last week. Our active listings up 23%. They're not moving as fast. Again, we're looking at that days on market, elongate just a couple of days. But guys, keep in mind, most of you have not been licensed for over 10 years and been through a market cycle. Donnie and I were at a HQDU this week in Waldorf. We had a great conversation with people. The majority of the room had been licensed less than 10 years. They have never gone through what's considered a normal buyer's market. They've only had this situation where they put it on and it turned to sold. We're going to get into a market where the elongation of days on market is normal. 25 days on market's normal, guys. It's still a seller's market. It's just a little bit more balanced, and that is always a good thing. Balance is always a good thing. So again, those active listings are up. Canceled listings up. Now guys, look at the sample size. We're talking about only 38 listings there, but it's up 137%. So you guys need to watch that in that market as well compared to a year ago, compared to last week, up 46%. That tells me that people are not pricing appropriately. They're just sticking it on and seeing what's flying. Looking at the Baltimore metro area, showings down 25% compared to a year ago, 26 compared to a week ago. That's pretty flat. Our days on market's really flat, guys. That looks great. 10%, a little bit more inventory. Again, that's 8 or 9 listings. It's a very small sample size. Our active listings are up 32%. We've got more inventory on the market compared to a year ago. Again, that's a great thing. 105% canceled listings. Guys, we're getting into the triple digits on these canceled listings. We've got to look at price, we've got to look at condition, and we've got to make sure we're sharing that correct data with our clients when we're making those seller appointments and we're having those pricing discussions. If you did not watch yesterday's Coffee with Casey, I encourage you to go back and look at it. It's on the I think it's probably on the Cardinal Nest, and it will be in Samson University in Casey's channel. His data may not necessarily be reflective of your geographic zip code or community, but you've got to realize that you have got to look at the data, not take an entire metro area's worth of data, but you need to look at that and then you need to drill down. You need to look at what the data is saying per zip code, per county, per city, per neighborhood, because each location is specific and is going to react differently. So make sure that when you're going out, you're not just saying, well, the news said, or I looked at a snapshot. You need to be drilling that data down and figuring out what's happening in that community to set the right expectation for your sellers. In the Maryland, West Virginia Panhandle, guys, showings down 21% compared to a week ago, 30%. Your new listings coming on the market are down. So you're not getting as much inventory. That means your prices are going to hold. Your days on market's pretty much going to hold. You're seeing 2 days compared to a year ago. You're seeing 7 days compared to last week elongation. Again, that's not a huge, 28 days is normal, guys. Now the problem comes in that if your price too high and you have 1 showing in 28 days, that's not the market, that's your price. But if you're getting active showings and you're not getting a contract, that's okay unless you're getting that feedback that the price is too high. Looking at those active listings up 24%. Again, your canceled listings, this is a beautiful market for you guys. They're down 67%. You've only had 12 canceled listings, so you guys are pricing well. Your buyer demand's strong. It's just taking you a little bit more time to sell it. That's okay. We'll take it all day long. Let's get into our July 13th through 19th week of top producers. Congratulations, Casey Kwitkin, Jeff Kallmeyer, Chelsea Charles, Chandra Kakani, and Kyong Suk Lee. Congratulations for being our top individuals in volume across our footprint last week. Individuals by transactions, congratulations, Casey Kwitkin, Kyong Suk Lee, Kamal Parakh, Yusur Almukhtar, and Chrissy Jacobs-Williams. Congratulations, you guys, on individual transactions. When we look at our teams across our footprint, congratulations, Shepherd Homes Group, One South Realty Group, Carolyn Young Homes, the One Street Company, and Redstone. Congratulations, you guys, by volume. And when we look at transactions, One South Realty Group, Shepherd Homes Group, Carolyn Young Homes, the One Street Company, and Redstone. Congratulations, you guys. Keep it up. Continue having a great summer each week. We've got some announcements that we want to make sure you put on your schedule. Join us for our August 21st sales meeting here in the studio. It will be me and Bethany doing that sales meeting. Donnie is going to be moving his oldest daughter, Ava, into Virginia Tech for her freshman year. So we're going to wish him well, and we're going to do the sales meeting without him. So I can promise you it will be a lot more entertaining than me and Donnie because you will have Bethany. So join us for that sales meeting, and that will be our kickoff back to school because all of our kids in our area will be going to school that week and the next week. So we hope to have a really packed, jam-packed audience here in the studio. And don't forget, we give out prizes when you come. Come get your prizes. If you missed it, there is a great commission conversation that Donnie and Richard did 2 weeks ago now that is on the Cardinal Nest. It's all about proving your buyer value, showing that buyer agents are rock stars, and the scripts that you use to handle those objections with your sellers and with your buyers when it comes to paying that buyer commission. If you have not checked that out, please do so. Guys, right now is a time of education. If you are living under a rock, you need to come out. because the entire world is changing on how we do things, and we are rolling out contract classes every week. We're rolling out conversation and scripts classes, teaching you how to handle the world that we know it as of August 14th. So we are in the home stretch of rolling out all of those new changes to how real estate works. So please make sure you educate yourself. Do not make your failure to plan a crisis for you later. Make sure that you're staying engaged with all things Samson. Huge thank you, guys. Jason Shepherdek and Shepherd Homes team is always consistently one of our top teams in volume, in transaction count here at Samson. And one of the things that I just love about Jason is his enthusiasm, his desire to serve, and his just sheer determination to be successful. He came to us as a part-time agent. He was still a full-time manager at Target and learning how to do real estate. And he has taken that drive and that motivation and entrepreneurial spirit into building one of the largest teams here at Samson and the most successful team at Samson when it comes to volume and production. So he has really pulled back the covers. He has built an entire 7-figure realtor training program that he has launched exclusive to Samson Properties. He does charge other agents in the marketplace, so you do need to come in under our Samson links. You should have gotten an email on that, so check your junk mail, or you can check the Cardinal Nest in the education page, and I think there's probably a page specific to just that announcement as well, so you can take a look, get into that. It's free of charge for our Samson agents, guys. This is not something we're going to carry forever, but we are letting you have exclusive access to it right now. Please watch it. If you're not, look, you don't have to be Jason. You don't have to decide to be a mega team and do $100 million every day and sell a house a day for 42 years. That may not be your goal, but if you're not happy with where your business is right now, lean in. It's no one's fault but yours. It's not the market's fault. It's not your cousin's fault for using somebody else. It's your fault because you're not leaning in. We're giving you the tools and resources. Jason's done it. He's letting you watch a buyer consultation that he's done. Guys, top producers don't do that. Lean in and take this class. It's fantastic. The August newsletter is in the print center now. It's Canva, Publisher, PDF. You can download it. You can send it through the print center. Grab it. Guys, it's a touch point. It doesn't have to be exactly like you would say something. It is a beautifully professional newsletter, balance between art and science, balance between left brain and right brain. Get in there, send that to your clients, make it a touch point it's free. Free is a beautiful word. Pull it down, send it, email it, hand deliver it, mail it, send it. All right, let's look at our Lunch and Learn schedule going into the next few weeks. For those of you that don't know, we have boosted our ability to get around to our footprint more often. It was just Donnie doing the dog and pony show on the road every week. We have now equipped Bethany and Richard and Bobby, and so we are doing 3-ish Lunch and Learns a week throughout our footprint so that we can get there with more rotation and get the momentum building in our offices. So if you have a client or a friend or another real estate person that you work with that's interested in Samson Properties, that want to learn about real estate and how it works and join us, you can have them come across our footprint. The rest of this month, we have Tyson's on the 30th at Ruth's Chris. Always a good steak. We have National Harbor on the 8th. We have Richmond on the 15th. We have Reston on the 6th. We have Gaithersburg on the 7th, Columbia on the 13th, Arlington on the 14th, Bel Air on the 20th. You can see 2 to 3 times a week. We are spread out across our footprint. If you have an agent that you want to refer and you want to get those recruiting rewards, make sure you go to the Cardinal Nest. Big blue button, people. Recruiting rewards. Click on it. It gives you, invite them to a lunch and learn, email them to Donnie to make the introduction or fill out the form. We want to make sure we document that you are in fact the person who referred them so that you can get the big dollars. Dollar. So make sure you do that and invite them along. We've got a lot of upcoming classes coming up again, lots of focus on what's going on in our world, how to prepare for our world. We were just in Waldorf at HQ2U last week, as I mentioned earlier. They do networking breakfast at 9 o'clock. They do classes, including feeding you lunch, all the way until 3 o'clock. It's a great day of learning. We're constantly having great discussions to teach you how to be a better agent and lean into the resources inside of Samson that you can use to grow your business. This is a sample of our list of what's coming and where the new HQ2Us are. It is Tyson's on the 30th. It is Gaithersburg on the 7th, Arlington on the 14th, and Fredericksburg on the 28th. A sample schedule looks like this, the networking breakfast, lead generation using Samson Properties. Guys, this is using stuff you already have available to you, teaching you where to find it and what you can use, because we like free. We don't want you going out and spending hundreds of dollars on this and thousands of dollars on this when you have all of this stuff in-house already that Cardinal Title is providing to you. So we're going to teach you how to dive in and use it. Real Scout, well underutilized. It's one of the best technologies that we have. Donnie and I do a Q&A where we just talk market, we talk company, we talk industry. It is just a shoes off discussion of anything that you guys want to know. Cardinal Title comes in and does a great conversation. Sometimes it's FERPTA, sometimes it's fraud, sometimes it's things specific to the area that we're in. We had a estate transaction on Maryland law there in Waldorf that was really good. Lynn comes in, does a great value of buyer agency. Guys, Lynn is rotating throughout our footprint every day, teaching a class somewhere new to help you equip for being able to prove your value and getting that commission document signed up front to make sure you're getting paid for the work you're doing. Take her class. Don't just call me and say, I hear the world's changing. I'm going to say, yes, it is. Have you educated yourself? And have you looked? And have you taken classes? And have you looked at these things and watched these things and done these things? The answer is always no. Dive in. Don't call me just to complain. I'd love to talk to you, but don't call me just to complain. Make sure you're diving into all of these resources. Handling the commission conversation, how to use KV Core as a standalone product for Core Present. It's a wonderful, sexy tool that you can use for your clients. And then Heather does a fantastic job rounding out the day with how to use the Print Center and all of its free resources to build your marketing free and cheap. It's a wonderful day. All right, free coaching, July 30th, 10 to 11. Pat Sowers is going to be our coach. Pat's fantastic. You're going to love him. He talks about all the things of the market, how to use Samson products and services, how to grow your business and be consistent in that business growth. That is open to anyone. Join the Zoom link on the Cardinal Nest. You can always get into the class there. But free coaching, 10 to 11. There is no reason, unless you're killing your business model, you are blowing it out, that you should not be in some kind of free coaching. It's free. Optimal word. SOAR, great opportunity that's coming next week, August 1st from 9:30 to 12 here in the studio. Cardinal Title's coming in, and they are going to be talking about what to do when you have an estate client. Lynn Hamilton, our lead trainer, is going to come in to talk about buyer presentation and selling your value. This is a wonderful opportunity to just dive deeper and learn more that our Cardinal people are going to come in and provide to us. So thank you so much, Cardinal Title, on that. The classes are free, but we would ask you to RSVP just so we make sure we have enough materials and seats set up for everybody that does want to come to that class. So what else is going on around our footprint? We always have KV Core workshops that we're teaching. That's on Monday. Also, Print Marketing 101 to teach you how to use the Print Center, how to send stuff through, what you need to do, how you need to do it, how do you work with the different templates in there. It's a wonderful tool. HQDU and Tyson's on the 30th, as we mentioned. Group coaching, Skyslope training we do every other week that you can get in and do a workshop style and class, organized class with Stephanie. The MLS Bright settlement webinar is on the link, on the virtual link on the Cardinal Nest. It is August 1st. If you have not been paying attention, jump in, learn it. Lynn Hamilton, best one-liners and conversation starters. I love that. So the August 1st on Thursday, virtual link on the Nest. Master your marketing with Lynn. Fast track to commercial real estate training with Aladdin. Contract training, GCAR and DC. Guys, remember all of our contract training right now that we're doing weekly and every other week is all on the changes. Every listing agreement, every buyer's agreement, and every contract in every single one of our jurisdictions is changing. If you have not already had it rolled out like NVAR on July 1st, it's coming and being dropped into our library. So as we're getting them, we're dropping them into those feeds. But please make sure you know how to use them. If you don't, go to class. There's a wonderful class on NVAR training that's on the Cardinal Nest that Steve and Mike did. Please watch it and then watch it again and then watch it again. It gives you great information on how to fill out those forms. We have First Heritage coming in on Friday with our Friday financing, and then the Q&A with Stephanie, which is just an open forum for you to get in there and ask specific questions and ask how to do things versus getting a full-on workshop style where you're learning hands-on, step-by-step. We have orientations almost every day, guys. There's a virtual one. Our agent experience team is in every office, and they're making sure that you know all the Samson resources that we have to offer you. If you haven't been to an orientation, I recommend you have one every couple of months to every 6 months, because we are changing things and adding new resources in daily. We want to make sure that you have all the tools and skills available to you to be able to do your business the way that you want to. And the only way you're going to learn about them is if you're locked in, either watching the updates, watching the emails, or going to those orientations. Again, tons more resources on the Cardinal Nest, classes every day throughout our footprint. Please make sure that you are checking the Cardinal Nest calendar for what's happening near you if you learn better in an in-person environment. So the Olympics are starting this weekend. Who's excited? Go Team USA! Bring home the gold for us. And that brings up a very good point of our own gold medal winner, Cardinal Title Group. Thank you so much for all of your support in using Cardinal Title. You guys are in the gold too, because our year-to-date capture rate, which is how many of our clients, of our own Samson clients, are using Cardinal Title on their transaction, is up 110%, guys. Thank you so much. I know sometimes at the sales meetings, it gets a little long when Donnie and I read out every name, but every name is important to us, guys. Every transaction is important to us because it pays for all the tools and the technology and the orientation and the people and the free print and the free resources that we're rolling out to you guys every day. And I cannot thank you enough for us watching that capture rate rise. Thank you so much for recommending them in every transaction that you can and using them every opportunity that you get. Way to go, West Virginia, you guys are sitting at 55%. Maryland, DC, you're climbing 34%, and that gives us an average capture rate across the company at 49%. Thank you so much, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that's less than half of our deals that we have, opportunities that we have not, that we've used at Cardinal. That's over half of our deals have not gone to Cardinal Title. Guys, we know you have loyalty to people and friends and other companies. We just ask for the opportunity to earn that business and try us one time. And if it doesn't work and you don't like it and something goes wrong, please call me or Donnie or call Carrie or Reed. We are happy to have that conversation and fix anything that goes wrong. We want to make sure that your clients have a stellar experience and you look like a rock star. I promise you we will do everything within our power for you to have a wonderful, wonderful experience there. So I just ask that you do try it to use once. All right, June capture. If you want to know your breakout and what that looks like on a more delineated example, here's what it looks like. Your Maryland, West Virginia Panhandle and the offices that are included in that. The Baltimore area, the DC metro area, Northern Virginia office is broken out and Central Virginia office is broken out. You can see that we have the lower Baltimore area as being the lowest capture rate for the company right now. That is a newer area for us in some of those areas, and it's a little bit harder with those inner city areas to get that higher capture rate, but we've got a lot of room to move there and a lot of room to move in the DC metro market as well. So please help us help you and give that next deal to Cardinal if you have the opportunity. But thank you so much for everybody that to date has given that opportunity for us to earn that business and close. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the professionalism that you have in every single transaction that you do. Thank you so much for representing Samson in such a great way and for giving Cardinal every opportunity. I hope that you enjoy your weekend watching the Olympics. I hope you cheer on your team if it's not Team USA. I hope you enjoy cheering on your team over the next couple of weeks as all of these trained athletes go for the gold in all of their respective sports and the culmination of all of their hard work. And aren't we glad that we don't have a culmination of all of our hard work each day, that we can keep doing all the wonderful things over and over and over without the level of pressure of one instance where we have to perform at our best. We have each and every day to continue to improve our performance, to continue to learn more and grow more. If you are finding that our classes on the Calendar Nest are lacking, please tell me. I want to add more of what you want to see and what you want to know. Right now, we're just trying to educate everybody through this market and make sure that everybody has every tool and resource they need to have the business that they want. I personally, this weekend, I hope you have a great weekend. I'm hoping that the weather stays nice and not sweltery. I'm going to sit on my couch and watch some Olympics and do absolutely nothing. And I'm super excited about that. I hope that Donnie and his family today have a wonderful golf outing. They have a huge family golf outing that they did today, and I hope they played well and had a low score. I'm not a golfer. Had a low score and drank a beer. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for all you do. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.